episode 2. This is the story where I win this Hyosung Sense on an auction site here in Sweden, Tradera. There were some pictures, they look pretty well, and I got it pretty cheap, so I decided to go and pick it up. This is the story where I try to fix it, and a small recap first. So here I'm getting close. It was a nice summer evening. This is Sundängen, about 50 kilometers from home. And there we have it. This is how it looks. Let's have a closer look. First I had to empty the oil.
It's pretty full on oil.
And also maybe some fuel.
Put it up here.
First it looked like it was missing the airbox cover, but I found it later on. The mileage looks pretty good. It was just five letters or numbers.
This is cracked.
And the front
it's been taped or something.
front light is cracked.
Crack here.
The turning lights are cracked, and yeah, the rims are rusty.
It's been loaded.
Sweden, the middle of May, and we got some cows here also. I didn't get the package holder. He said he had it, but he didn't have it, so that's a bummer. I think this is pretty new. It's probably been a kid that has been burning or something. The front tire seems to be original or something. Well, back home I found out that I couldn't get the key out, and that the oil lamp was lit all the time when I tried to turn it off. So there was something troubling with the mechanics in the key holder or electronics here. You can see I managed to get it out, but it's still is lit. Everything electric is on. So some major electronics problem. Turned out that the ignition lock was really messy underneath. You can see here all the spider webs and so on. So that was causing a problem. When I got it clean, it was working better. Here I'm trying to check the status of the battery that came with it. It was in good shape, so I could just charge it up. Here the ignition lock is clean, much better, and the electronics major problems went away. Next thing was the CDI. Someone had cut the cable, one cable there. It's probably the speed limit, so I'll put that back so we have speed limit again. Next was the kick mechanism. It didn't work, it got stuck. It was the same when we tried to start it at the sellers. He couldn't get it to function, so something major is wrong inside. I couldn't find so much troubles in the variator side, but just greased everything up. And next was checking out the oil sensor. Turned out that the oil sensor was unreliable, but I didn't know how to fix it, so I let it be, just fill it up. Then it was time to check for compression, and it was decent. I get it up to 100 with a full throttle. So that was nice. That at least makes it run pretty decent and be easy to start. Rims are rusty and need some work. Been standing outside, you can see here. Need to clean it up. Good. Remove the carburetor. Try to clean it. Didn't get the results I wanted, so it was about time buying a new one. While I'm at it, I decided to do some maintenance, service the bearing, put some grease on it, and yeah, overall check out the status. Let's continue with episode 2.
Time to change the gear oil, or empty it first. And this is the level that will over drip if it's full. Here we got the filling, and then you got a draining plug under here. The bike is leaning backwards also, so that might add some. But it looks fresh, so that's nice. It doesn't have that gear oil smell, so this is probably just normal motor oil, which it says in the manual, but I'm gonna put gear oil in it. Here is the draining plug. that closest one. So I think it's a 12 millimeter. So I'm just gonna yank it out and let it drip out. Need a container under it, of course. It's a bit hard to get the container there. You see that lamp? I fixed that in another video. Check it out. Looks like I need to remove that brake to get it off. You see, I can't get it off otherwise. Okay, we're good doing new try. There you see a little bit of crap there. It's clean. And put the nut back. So I filled it about 90 milliliters in total, and I know it's gonna overflow there. So I'm just gonna measure 90 and go with. We'll be pleased with it, because it needs to be turned around and so on. And obviously this is too low the way it's standing. I don't know if it's leaning or something. It's rather too much than too little. But you could press out the gaskets if it's too much. So don't do too much. Cleaned up this a bit. So this is how it turned out. Got a lot of epoxy there. Definitely gonna hold. The screw should be at from the other side, of course. Yeah. So this is how you fix it. You can see I can even lift it in it. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, even though you don't think so. But it will hold. Sideboard has been cleaned. Time to put everything back. The fuel meter is reading wrong. It doesn't work. You can see this reading, and I've checked. You need to put the power on, and I've done that before. But as you can see, the fuel box is totally empty. I don't know if you can see it. It's nothing there. Just trust me. So the ball there seems to have been stuck. So in order to be able to get access to this, I need to remove the tank, I believe. And since this is empty now, I'm gonna try to remove it. And I think I have to remove these bolts here. Got some here holding that plastic piece. You can see two there, and then we have some here in the back. Somewhere. Yeah, those ones. I got two there. One on the other side also, and I hope that is the only one. And then I can pull it out from underneath. So it came right down when I removed these 4 bolts. I got one there. See here, it's pretty much crap, and this looks like this. Yeah, so as you can see, the fuel line is a bit cracked. It's about time replacing it. You need to disconnect the fuel line, and then you have to disconnect these two. That goes to the level sensor, and it goes under the strip there. And then you also have to disconnect for the oil. I think it's yeah, I think it was this one. It goes to the oil sensor there. Yeah, blue, white and black white cables. Goes to the same here. And the tank is out. It's pretty messy. You can see it doesn't look good. Accident about to happen. And we got a lot of crap here to clean out. Still got some oil in that container. So I think I'll leave it there. That cable looks good. Just gonna clean it up a bit. It was a bit of trigger to get it out, to hassle it out, but it came eventually. Also, I've removed this one to lower it down a bit, get more room. You can see there's a lot of crap there. I decided to remove the oil tank also, just to get everything clean. I can't leave it, you know. If you remove the fuel tank, it looks pretty nice. Looks like yeah, it looks good, but you need that tank, at least one of them. Or you could put the fuel tank in here, of course. But yeah, looks beefy, looks nice, sporty. Now maybe we can fix this one, if we can get it out. This doesn't look good. Not at all. Can we get it to function? What about crap inside here? Got some crap there. Gonna try to get it out. Found this little snail in the tank. Anyway, looking at this is supposed to move, but it's solid. Can't move it if I don't use force, so I'm just gonna oil everything up and maybe we can still get it to work. That's all I'm gonna do. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll have to find a replacement, but I haven't seen this one. This isn't a common type. So we'll try grease it up and see if anything happens, if it starts working or not. In that case, if it doesn't work, we can live without it. Have to check manually just. Looky inside the oil container. Get some crap in there also. Yeah, gotta get that out. This has been greased up. It's moving pretty simple now. So just gonna put it back and see if it works. Tank looks cleaner. And now it's clean, and I'm gonna put it back. Put some rust oil on it, on some parts here, just to prevent keep growing. Linseed oil based. Yeah. Time to mount petcock valve mounted new fuel line. Let's see if the fuel tank is empty. Let's see if we get some reading. I hooked up the battery and it should change. If it's working, it should go to empty. Yeah, it's going to empty. Might be working. Better than before. So I'm gonna fill some fuel in it and see if we can get it up. Let's fill it with some gas and see if it leaks. No leaks so far. Get 2% oil in the tank, fuel tank, and I also filled new oil, 2-stroke oil. And then I suck this vacuum line here, this one, and it was starting to leak, the carburetor. So it was overflowing of fuel coming from where you can see that drip. And it is a hassle to get the carburetor in and out from this tight space. So I think I'll replace it. Strange. I tried sucking that one again, and now it doesn't overflow. So maybe it's working. I'll give it a try. I also forgot hooking up the choke cable. Let's see if we can get it to start. Yes! And the airbox is there, my repaired one. I'm gonna try to clean this up a bit. It's a nice side cover. They painted, the person you should say painted it black here, thought it was nice, and then he crashed or something. He or she, a person, not a person. Am I using the right pronouns? Okay, so let me tell you, I was out gonna take it for a ride, take it for a spin and see how it worked, and no, it didn't work. It was started, and then when it bogged down when I gave it some gas, and then it sort of died. So this previous owner said that it was getting fuel in the start, like a minute or something, and then it was died. So I'm gonna replace this petcock valve. Even though I thought it was working, they are quite unreliable, and this is also gonna put a straight one there. Got one here. Fortunately, gonna put a straight one here, and hopefully that will solve that problem. Just gonna try to eliminate the problems. Fortunately, I didn't put too much fuel in it, so I just have to lean it like this. I lean it against the wall, and I can change that fuel valve. There we have it. I'm just gonna fasten it to this with a stripe. Okay, let's see. After the fuel valve has been changed, no. Oh, maybe. No. This doesn't work. Well, that didn't work, and now I can't get the. You see how to turn off the. See, when I try to switch it off, I can't. Can't get it out. What is this? And then put some oil in it and see if that helps. Yeah. This is the trouble with a renovation object. Enough of this carburetor, let's replace it with a new one. I can't get this key in to work. I've had several of them and they all give me trouble, so I don't really like them. Prefer the cheap Chinese actually. This is the new throttle, and it looks a bit, the needle looks a bit smaller, a bit thinner. So I'm gonna replace that one and use this one, but I'm gonna keep the head. So this is the old one. When comparing the needle position, this is in the highest of 3. So that should mean that the needle goes very low, and hence it restricts the flow of fuel a bit. So this is, I haven't changed this, but this has the pin on the second one. I don't know if you can see it. See that it's on the second one. So that means it's a bit more rich, giving it a bit more fuel and a bit more oil. So at least when you're using a gasoline mixed with oil. So I'm gonna go with this and see how it works out. For you guys, you know how to do this, I guess. But for you that don't, I thread that needle inside this here. So I'm gonna push it so it comes on this side and hooks up. So I'm gonna push down the spring there and then pull it. You see those notches there? And then just attach it. This air screw looks a bit on the outside, so maybe it's too way long out, but I'll try this. This is just original the way it came. It can be successful, so I hope it will. Yeah, just gonna, it's already a gasket there, so this one doesn't have much of a gasket, so yeah, let's get the choke here. We can disconnect that also. Sorry, there goes the light. About the key problems I had earlier, I figured I have to put the steering in this way, then I can get it out. So that problem is solved. Now I can get it out. So I think everything is hooked up. I'm gonna put on the fuel and see if we got some leaks. It's really dry so far. Let's give it a try, see if we can get it to start. Gonna hook up the airbox later. Just gonna move some crap. It doesn't suck it in. Finally goes. Next is taking it for a spin with the airbox back.